All right, good morning, guys. Good morning. Happy New Year. What's up, guys? Good to see you guys all in here. Hope you guys had a good New Year. We're gonna be jumping straight into it today. I'm trading a 400k now as well. We got our first payout. We've got the 400k, and then we got 51,000. I left $1,000 in the prop account, and we're starting the month of January with a $10,700 cash account. We're sweeping sell side right now. We're not going to actually be concerned about this because we've got news coming out in about 40 seconds and we just swept it before our trading hours. So we're more focused about trading this reactively. Even if it does give a pattern in here, I'm really not too concerned right now because there's red folder coming out. The pattern can form multiple times in our trading hours, and we're just more concerned about trading the news reactively as opposed to trying to get in um, before or right during the news and a pattern forming there. We've made that mistake before, right? Because it could form the pattern, push, give a liquidity push or injection right up into the middle and then just melt. So we're just more concerned about trading what points get swept reactively after the news. It's unemployment claims. It comes out in like right now. If it sweeps buy side, that would be great. Then we can focus on that. But price got dragged down to here. Price is just kind of still going lower right now. Let me see how the numbers came out. It's not. It looks like less than forecast is good for currency. Yeah, it looks like it came out good for the dollar. So if it came out good for the dollar, euro should drop. So we'll just kind of keep a close eye on things. Yes, Joshua, we changed the colors. We're gonna change them for the new month. That way too, when we look back in like the Telegram and stuff, and like on my Twitter page, when I like post screenshots, it'll be a little easier to see once we've stepped into a new month just by switching the candle colors. It was hard to do though. I like the green ones. Which one? Oh, you took a short off here, I'm guessing, Jeff, off of this liquidity sweep up here of the buy side. Oh yeah, that would definitely give you 15 pips. Nice, nice. I love to hear it. Guys, it feels like a Monday. It feels like we just came back from a weekend. Nice. Yeah, that's a clean move. It's a clean move. Was it crazy? It looks like it was just moving like crazy. Yeah. I mean, we're in I looked at it. It's like a 50 pip range or so for the day. We are officially at the low of the day right now, and the high is 65 pips up from here. But we're at the low in quite some time. Like, look at prices finally swept that low right there, and that was kind of what was causing us. Or no, it was these last 2 days that were causing us some problems, because we had pushed. We were targeting this low, I'm pretty sure, and then we just kept getting buy signal right there, and then we had a buy signal in here, but price was just ultimately headed for this bigger low. Things should be back to normal today, though. We'll see. We might have to be pretty patient because it looks like we're quite a ways from even an area of entry, which would be 21 pips up. So we'll see how candles form within our trading hours, because that's really going to be a sign of where we could potentially get a good trade off a new formation. There's none to draw on right now, Matthew. We had some right here, but it was getting taken before, and then the news just came out for the dollar the other way. But that is one thing too, guys. If the news comes out like price should drop and then it goes up, it's a sign. We were mainly actually not wanting the liquidity injection to happen. Like, I didn't want, like, let's say, just this is just random. Let's just say there was a break here that would have caused our entry. I didn't want like entry like here, you know, price just spiked up. We get our entry here, and then you guys saw what happened last time. It just melted down because it was grabbing internal liquidity. It looks like we didn't even actually have any real reaction off the news like that. You can see it kind of just gave some really indecision. It pushed down a little bit. This candle was probably not even that big. It was just, yeah, I guess it is kind of big for a 1 minute candle. It's 10 pips. So, yeah. I mean, we can pay attention to this sell side liquidity. We'll keep it on because it's definitely got taken. We're definitely at the low of the day. But we'll see how price reacts, because you see how that news came out strong for the dollar. That should be driving euro down right now. So we just want to be careful. We don't want to see price grab internal and then just melt and fake everyone out. It got taken like right at the open of our trading hours, technically. Right here. Which we've taken setups like that, so that's not a problem. The biggest concern was trying not to get into anything during the news, which it looks like it could have happened, and this is what I was trying to avoid. I'll show you. If I can draw it on. Price. If I can draw it on at all, price came here. This is kind of just where price is at right now. We're about 11 pips away from the top now. Yeah, you see, price might be just reaching for that buy side, I think, and then I think we'll get our turnaround, and then when we get our turnaround, then price can melt because of fundamentals. We'll see how it plays out, though. We'll track it 100%. We'll keep tracking it. No. No, it wouldn't be. This is not a point of interest. This is what we should be looking at. No, I mean, everyone go for however many pips they want to. I'm going for 10 though. I'm staying with 10. I'll let you guys know if I switch from that though. Yeah, I think this will help you see that better. If you look at it like this is why this is just the FB. If I draw it on like this probably helps you see that better. Price is still going higher. It was good, Johnny. Yeah, it was good. It was really good. Just spent some time with family and hung out. I had a really good time. How about you guys? Slept, though. It's good to catch up on sleep. I got a good night's sleep last night, so I get that. I needed it. You see price pulling back here. This is where it's tricky, guys, because it's like, that's where it's tricky. That would technically be, we would technically have a, we'll see how price reacts, because if we have a true break without crossing here, we technically have a buy signal. If we could see a deeper pullback and then something like that happen, that would be a better setup for us. but it's technically our buy signal. Hey, I'm good. Good to see you here. Welcome. Yes, Harris. I was in the gym too, the home gym. It felt good. That might be exactly what they want you to do though. You have to keep that in mind. Since it's so obviously been dumping off, then the news came off saying it should dump off more, and then it's not. It's technically not shifted yet, right? Right now we're failing to go higher, which is a sign that price could still come down and sweep everyone right down here. But there's definitely, I mean, people, the buys could definitely happen, 100%. Buys could definitely happen because it's just, I mean, first of all, this is a bigger range, and we could definitely see price come fill up 50%. Buys could definitely happen. We could buy back up into this little supply over here. Um, but sells would be with momentum. But if you look at where price, the power is on the on price going up right now. This isn't just a retail move up, so it's something to pay attention to for sure. And the fact that it just peaked out of that side of sell side liquidity is the less it peaks out, the more of a liquidity grab it is in my eyes. Because if it displaces below it, that's like, okay, maybe we're just trending now. Right now we're technically in a range and we just peaked out of that bottom of it right here. We are in a consolidation range. We're technically not in an uptrend or a downtrend right now. We're not in an impulse or a pullback. We're in a consolidation. There's only three types of markets you're in: impulse, correction, or consolidation. Right now we're just in a consolidation. There's a bunch of buy side liquidity sitting up there, and price probably should regain efficiency with how much it's dropped off. We have to keep that in mind. Now it's going to be key right here. Does price fail and go lower and take everyone out, or does it go higher and take out everyone who's selling and putting their stop right here? Because I guarantee there's stops right here. Remember, we only have to reset. The price comes down here and clears there. Anything like inside now would be like an internal true break. So like this would be an internal true break. Now granted, that's close enough to the true break that if price crosses there, it'll probably be fine. But we could end up chopping down, given a new internal true break right in here. And then we could be pushing up higher. That's possible. But if price does not shift higher now, we can fully expect price to come down to here. Yeah, I mean, it could come back to this extreme fair value gap. This is an important one though, because this fair value gap caused the false break. Yeah, Ali so we're sweeping sell side right now. Yeah, we're just gonna be trading off of that pattern. It's gonna take all discretion out of it because today anything could happen, so we just want to trade price. I mean, but if you look at what's been happening, just sell side, sell side, sell side's been getting taken. We haven't really been taking much buy side. We took some here, but what'd that do? That went straight to sell side. It took sell side right after. Guys, remember, in this overall range that we're consolidating at the bottom of now, we could see a correction back into like that fair value gap back into here to gain equilibrium. Price is inefficient right now. It has to return to at least right here to regain efficiency. That's why we could see buys, right? Even though the news came out for price to sell, price could very likely regain efficiency and then sell. Doesn't have to happen right away, right? Do I think it will overall? Yes, but we're just concerned about where price is going to next. Technically trading on 3 accounts right now, so I'm like kind of locked in if I'm not reading the chat. Just forgive me. I've got like 3 accounts pulled up because I got these 2 E8 accounts and then my IG account on my phone pulled up. Either gonna eventually have to get a good amount of capital just in the cash account and just trade that, or have to figure out a copy trade situation. We're in a massive range right now though for that false break, guys, just so you know. This is that entire range that we're sitting in. That's why if we could get any collapse higher in here, we can likely see a continuation. And honestly, it's putting us in a better spot now because we could just probably not even have to target this whole buy side, but I think that buy side could get taken. Like I said, if you look at the higher time frame range, we just pushed a good amount and now we're consolidating. What's that mean? It means price is likely to try to regain efficiency before it drops down lower. This is kind of a big internal true break range. We'll see if we get any other type of formation. Still haven't tapped that very bottom fair value yet, but that's okay too. It's not a required prerequisite. Could happen though. Could happen. I'll go back to the chat somewhere kind of far away from. Yeah, we haven't even touched the order block yet either. This is a vortex candle too. Hadn't gone any lower or higher. Let me see actually. Yeah, the low and the open are exactly the same. Oh, Jeff, I'm back on the chat now for a second. I use IG right now for my Forex broker. Trading off MetaTrader. Yeah, so it's the only account I can trade MetaTrader on is their account. Yeah, it got swept right around our hours. I didn't want it to. I didn't want to get in on any entry right at the news. You can see it's been like 20 minutes since the news, and the news didn't give that. If you remember that one week where we got in on a true break that happened because of the news candle, that's what we don't want. Um, we've taken setups when it sweeps right around our trading hours, so I have no problem with that as long as it's swept within the New York Open, but before after 8 o'clock, that's fine. We're really just trying to pay attention to what price is doing. If it does go higher, I could take price higher. Yeah, will take price higher. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Matthew, I got Match Trader for the 400K as well. So I got two tabs open, one for the 400K challenge and one for the 50K funded account, which I left $1,000 in. So, all right, guys, this would be an internal true break, and it would honestly be a perfect entry. It would be a perfect entry. You see price just chopping down, gathering sell side internally in this shift upwards. And then honestly, we wouldn't even have to target that high. We would just get above this right here, even though I think we could go all the way up there. It'd be all the better for us. So let me get back to my charts. They only let you place a max of 50 lots too. So I gotta break it up into two positions on the Match Trader account. So this should be fun to juggle. Try and put stop losses on quick. Yeah, if you guys look at the way the algo is printing right now, buys could definitely happen. As long as we don't close below here, we're just looking for a collapse higher. If it closes below there, then we gotta reset. We were sitting in that fair value gap. This candle's busting right through that fair value gap though. We're in the order block, we'll see. If we close below here, we're resetting the whole thing. An order block's just this demand zone right here. That's all it is. That caused this big push. So we're in it right now. But I don't know if it's going to be something to pay attention to, honestly. Yeah, but you see those buys faked everyone out. We didn't get any type of true break, and you see what happened, guys. Everyone that got in on this break right here, unless they closed on that little push right there of 6 pips, which would have been nice for them, they're down at 10 pips right now. Good morning. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. We are probably resetting this. We'll see though. No. We're still hanging out. We just closed down here. We didn't break through it. It's important. We did form some new sell side though. Right here, which we're technically, I mean, we're right at it right now. But that candle right after kind of like, that's that news candle, so it did wick lower than the low, and even though it did turn higher. So now technically it didn't. I'm wrong. Let me do this. Technically this actually just went lower. Right here. This just went lower. There we go. It's kind of hard to see because all these, I probably gotta make those another color. This is where we're at though right now. Waiting to see how price reacts off of here. If it closes below, we'll reset. You guys can see this formed right up here. This is not technically an established high though, because this candle has to close lower than here. So yeah, that's not going to be a high, or an internal true break, I should say. The next internal true break's up here. Alright, I gotta go back to the charts. I gotta stay locked in. Now that we got all these accounts we gotta juggle. It shouldn't be a problem though. You see how important this line was, guys? That's how, I mean, this stuff proves that the algo is a thing though. Think about it. Had that line got invalidated, our whole thing would have been invalidated. It's just these candle ranges. That was the low of this candle range right here. 1, 2, 3. Guys, this is 3 drive range right here internally right now. 1, 2, 3. Now we could see price reverse and sweep. Sweep house. Sweep it all. Just gonna pay attention to the candles themselves at this time. What do you guys end up with for the month of December? What percentage return did you guys get for December? Look at, now we're also doing this. We swept lower right there, and we're creating a fair value gap, which is a good sign that it's shifting, right? We haven't seen any bullish fair value gap in this entire move down. Now we got 1, 2, 3 drive range. Now we're shifting bullish for sure. We'll just see if it actually breaks bullish or what we're at. Nice, you do. That's absolutely insane. 50% since August. You're killing it. This isn't sell side. That's the invalidation of our false break move. That's the start of this false break move. It's because of the way the candles form their ranges, the highs and lows. You guys see that reaction now off that fair value gap right there? This isn't sell side liquidity. This is just, if this gets closed through, we have to reset. We have to reset. Oh yeah, if another candle rejects this fair value gap, and then we create an internal true break right here, and then we call it, and then we actually break that, we'll get a clean move up, I think. We just need this candle to close lower to create this. This is not a break yet, guys. Just pay attention. I'm just drawing it on to be ready for the next candle. But we're sitting in here right now. So now this is an established high, guys. Now if we close above that, we're going to look for price to go higher, which lines up perfectly with this fair value gap and the narrative we've been drawing on. I'm going to have to figure out how to turn notifications off on my thing. I'll get rid of that though, because we're not really focused on the fair value gap. We're focused on this internal true break. We're still in a downtrend, guys, but we're still in the false break range. Keep that in mind. That false break range is right here, and we're still inside of it. It's a massive range. Now price has been just chopping down within this range, but until it just absolutely breaks through the range, we've got no reason to be worried. You see, it's really having a hard time breaking through this area right here. We'll see if any of these next candles can, but this is the fourth candle in a row that has not been able to break through it. It could, honestly, if price keeps holding here, we could get price to go up higher because of that 3 range drive, but it's so internal and so small. Yeah, we just broke lower, so we're just going to reset now. Price broke out of our range. We're just going to reset. Look for a new. We'll keep that on. Let's get a better look at the 15-minute again. This low did not go lower. So, I mean, you guys can see now too, this low right here created a new sell side liquidity with that 15-minute flip. You see how that news candle makes it kind of weird though? Because look at this. We technically flipped right here. And then look at, how's that a high? You know what I mean? Like, how's that a high? Like, that's definitely not a high we're concerned about. But, so I'm not like gonna take shorts off of buy side. I'm not drawing on buy side liquidity there. I'm just drawing on the candle ranges, but that's how the news candle makes it look a little strange. We're just still going to be focused on trying to catch a pull back up. Unless price peaks out of real buy side. Like this could be buy side now. We'll focus on that if it if it gets to that point, but yeah, we reset our pattern. Yeah, yes, this is the new sell side, so we just took that. In the world. So now we're not just looking for a false break or a true break, guys, or an internal true break. We're looking for a full false break, true break again. Let's see if this candle if this candle creates a high right here. We'll see. Oh yeah, I use Notion too. Notion's the best. We got some new journals created and whatnot for this new account, and for I'll show you guys in a second. That is not the right thing right here. Looking for a false break. Yeah, let me do this. Oh geez. Price is just melting. I thought it was a lot more than 4 pips. So that downtrend here on this 1 minute is just continuing. Yeah, you'll never use anything else again after you use Notion. It's literally the best. I'll show you. It looks so clean. That was our December funded account, December cash account. And then we've got the January cash account now lined up. That's nothing to draw on yet. Yeah, with some buy side sitting above here too. I don't know why that's marked on as an internal true break. That's buy side liquidity. I mean, price is inefficient. You have to keep that in mind. So if price is inefficient and has to go back here to regain efficiency, or I think it's actually this low over here. So it's like really right here. So look at what could be happening right now, guys. Price could be needing to go there to regain efficiency before we really continue lower, but we could be getting what, a power of 3. That would be price is consolidated. Now it's giving a false move to the downside, kind of in this Judas swing right here, which is such an obvious downtrend if you guys are paying attention. And then we could get a massive distribution to the upside, right? We could get price to distribute higher like that to regain efficiency. So this is nothing to, like, price breaking lower like this outside of consolidation is actually a good signal. Price could go the other way if you guys understand how the power of 3 works. Now this is not yet a new false break area. We will pay attention to it though. Yeah, Notion's completely free. Notion's completely free. This is now our new and first false break. So this is not anything to pay attention to anymore. This is where we are at. Like I said, guys, we are in right now the manipulation phase of the power of 3. We don't know how long price is going to peak out of this consolidated range, but we do know now that it's consolidated and peaking out and creating just such an obvious downtrend, it has good potential to come back and sweep everyone. Yeah. Power of 3 is one of the most powerful setups. 3 drive range is another one of the most powerful setups. And you guys see how our entries set up often when it comes to these different concepts. Now, we don't try to say, oh, we're trading power of 3, and then we just try to find it in the market every day, because that's just not going to happen. Or we don't say, hey, we're only going to trade 3 drive range. We're mainly just looking for liquidity, but liquidity is a big part of those concepts, right? Because when price accumulates, the manipulation is a liquidity grab. Or in a 3 drive range, that third drive is usually a liquidity grab, almost always. And so we just try to know and understand where we're at in the market and what kind of phase we're in, and then we can just look for our entries once liquidity is being taken, if that makes sense. Speaking of liquidity, the video coming out this Saturday is on liquidity. It's a very good video I put out talking about a lot of details when it comes to the different types, why you should focus more on one type over the other. And I give an example in it that really, really clarifies and makes things very clear on why once you step into trading liquidity, you actually become profitable. And it shows crystal clear exactly how it's doing the opposite of what everyone else is doing. And why we say the things we say. So I look forward to it. It's already scheduled for this Saturday. I keep thinking it's Monday. I don't know why, guys. I keep thinking it's Monday, but it's Thursday, so that video is going to be out in 2 days. So price is just kind of giving us some chop, but it's also giving us new structural formations. The false break being that one right there. Okay. Make sure all my accounts are locked in. We could start to see that distribution phase coming up here. Supply and demand works. If you can get something like this, we've got quite some time. I'm going to show you right here. Now, like, supply and demand works, and here's a perfect example of where it's going to work a lot more frequently. Now, if you've got, let's say, some demand right in here, this is what you kind of want. If you're trading supply and demand, you want something like this. You want a liquidity sweep right in here, price to fall down into demand, right, to sweep liquidity, fall into demand, and something like that. That is going to be your most effective supply and demand strategy ever. But if you have something like this, I can't guarantee it's going to be as effective, right? You want it to take some type of liquidity. Now, if this candle closes higher, we have a official false break. These are not, these need to be going in the other direction, right? This is not a false break and a true break right here because this is still going down. These are lower highs. We need 2 higher highs. So this is going to be our false break, guys. Officially false broken. And now we're going to see how we can form. We have also formed a fair value gap right here, which is super key in the after the manipulation phase finishes for a fair value gap to form and then price to usually react in it, but at least for a fair value gap to form before you get into the distribution phase. Oh yeah, the supply and demand lines, I miss those kind of. I do. I mean, if you look at my very first live streams, I traded supply and demand lines, and we turned like 4K into 7K. We had like crazy days. I had one day where it was like a 25 versus reward because of the way I trade supply and demand lines was it was just strictly defensive. I would just put a tight stop and I would just constantly trail my stop loss. I never had to take profit, which that's a great strategy, by the way. If you're having trouble with drawdown, that is the lowest drawdown strategy you'll ever trade, is a trailing stop loss. Now this is going to be defined as our true break, guys. So I am ready for when price breaks here to buy, and probably expecting to see the distribution phase now if price breaks higher there. Yeah, the lines is a different story. Those were good. And a lot of the times those trades, you know, reflecting now and knowing what I know now, looking back, trading those supply and demand lines, a lot of the times when it worked, it would be price would grab liquidity, tap into a supply and demand line, and then just react strongly. Honestly, if we combined, I mean, it would have to be some discretionary liquidity probably, but if we combine some discretionary liquidity with supply and demand lines, I think it would be insane. But I'm too locked in with this strategy right now. Maybe in the future, maybe we trade indices in the evening with it, like 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern. I did, yeah. Thank you, Matthew. Sorry, trying to stay focused now that we're getting close to our trade. But yeah, we're in the 400K prop, and then we got $1,000 left in the funded 50K. It's at 51,000. So the goal was to run that up, get everything we wanted out of it. We withdrew 7,300. We left 1,000 in. That way we can keep going. And we'll keep trying to run it up, but we're more focused on now passing this 400K. And then the cash account's just kind of on the side to try to make some extra profits while we trade this challenge and whatnot. Once I pass the 400K though, if we're still in the 50K, we have to get rid of it. We'll have to withdraw the profits. They only let you have a maximum capital allocation of 400,000. But I talked to him. I was like, "Can I place the same trades on it while I'm trading the challenge?" And they're like, "Yeah, you can do that. You can earn while you do the challenge. Then once you pass the challenge, just cash out the 50K, and then get ready. This might be an internal true break that's gonna form. We've got 30 seconds though, so it's saying those highs are equal, but those highs are not equal. That high's definitely lower. Sometimes it's because these numbers don't go back an extra decimal spot, so you have to keep that in mind. Sometimes you're gonna have to be able to pay attention to the actual candles. Okay, let's get ready. Price is spiking up, unless it crosses that true break though. Unless it crosses the true break, we're not getting in yet, but we could be getting in soon. We could be getting in soon. So I'm going to stay locked in. I'm going to be on the actual match trader accounts right now, so I'm not going to see the chat for a minute. I'm going to be firing off like 5 orders. These candles are steady pushing higher. Not yet, guys. Patiently waiting. I am going to get rid of this though, just so we can clear up our charts a little bit. Get rid of that previous sell side, because this is really the one we're focused on. I'm going to zoom in because you guys know me. I want to make sure that candle closes above and not right on it. So if this candle closes above here, I'm going to be getting in buys for Euro US dollar. If it does not close above, we are going to continue to wait. I'll wait 2 seconds just to make sure it closed too. Alright, we're in. I gotta add a stop loss on this. Open price 15.6, so we go 0.56. Gonna have to start doing math again, guys. Stop loss right here. It's at 15.1, so 0.51. Save. Let's put the stop loss on here. 14.2, so 1, 2, 3, 0.42. Let's put our take profits on now. So 15.6, 25.6. Save. I got a bunch of orders to put these on, and then 15.1, 25.1. Save. Let's go to the prop account. Guys, this is fun, putting on all these orders. 24, 24.1, 24.2. Okay, let's go to our IG account now, guys. Let's go to the 1 minute, it's gonna be easier. Right here. We need it to be 10 pips. But that's fine right now. We want it to be 10 exactly. Why is it not letting us get 10 exactly? Let's try this. 10. And then 10. Man, that... You guys want an adrenaline rush, try putting in stop losses for 4 accounts at once. Alright, make sure everything's locked in. Alright, we're officially locked in on every account. We'll go back to here now, and we'll just put this right here. We got in on this candle. We're going for 10 pips. simple move. This is where we're at. We're even changing this to green now. You guys see that? Wait, let's do that. Let's get this line right here. All right, team, we are locked in for our first trade of the year. We're going to let it play out. Stop loss or take profit. I'll go back to chat. We've got everything locked in. Joshua, I do remember that, and I miss them. I miss Rustam and Luca. They aren't here anymore, but if they ever came back, we'd welcome them back with open arms. They were there in that. They were one of the ones in the process where we were just like semi-profitable. They saw us make, a couple $100 a week, and we weren't doing bad. But yeah, I think when I went through like that, I don't know. It was like I had to take a break or whatnot. I don't remember how long the break was, but I took a break from live streaming, and then I was just making videos. But I still place the trades live in the videos because no one wants to just see like a video and like I don't know, like you're like, is the guy even trading or whatnot? But yeah, so I think they just are done after that, but it's okay. Did he pass the challenge recently? Are you still in touch with him, Gavin? Tell him to come back. I miss Luca. He was a cool guy. Rustam's lucky technique. Yeah, get out of here, Josh. Get out of here. That's so funny. Only if you know, you know. That was. We're not. I don't even want to bring it back up. The only one who's allowed to bring that up is Rustam. Rustam was a trip. He was a cool guy. He was a cool guy. He always just popped in and had some big energy. He always had some big energy on the stream. I think so too, Brandon. I think we're distributing after that accumulation and manipulation we saw. Those fair value gaps are forming. But that's not I mean that's just institutional order flow. That institutional order flow could switch on the drop of a hat, so but it's just something to pay attention to. Fair value gaps help me be profitable, right? Like they all the grace of God helped me be profitable, but fair value gaps definitely were a big piece in what he was showing me too. When I started to learn about fair value gaps, I started to make a lot more money trading for real. Now, I had some bad weeks with fair value gaps too though, don't get me wrong. But I remember I had like it was a $1,400 day trading like the silver bullet. And now the silver bullet doesn't come that often, but when it does come from that 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. hour, that silver bullet is so accurate if it sets up. But like when I went and back tested, like a real genuine silver bullet was not coming by every day. It just wasn't. And the problem with that is you're trying to force trades and stuff, and then since it doesn't come by every day on Euro US dollar, you're looking at, 5 other pairs to see if it'll come by on another pair. And then sometimes it doesn't hit, right? It gives a stop loss, but you're like, it should hit because it's such an accurate strategy. And but if you guys want to if you guys don't know anything about ICT concepts and want to get your feet wet with it, if you just learn the silver bullet strategy, that's going to give you an idea on how liquidity and fair value gaps and institutional order flow play a big part, and timing, right? Now, the timing for that is 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. We're trading between the New York kill zone, but it's still, timing's still a big role. So timing, liquidity, institutional, order flow. Instead of the false break, true break for the reversal after liquidity, it's basically just a fair value gap, right? That's kind of what they're doing. Yeah, the 2022 model. Yeah, exactly. Well, if you get the right fair value gaps, they're so accurate. It's all a matter of where they're at though. Same thing like supply and demand. We just talked about it and just drew that little example on. If liquidity just got swept and you're tapping into some demand or supply, it's likely you're going to get a good reaction off of it. But if you just go straight to it without sweeping any liquidity, it's probably going to go past it because the outside of that supply or demand would then be the closest liquidity. Yeah, Johnny, order blocks on gold do work. I used to trade 15-minute order blocks on gold. Um, and I traded this one. It was a 250K challenge with my Forex funds. I don't know if you guys remember them. They're not around anymore. I never passed the challenge. You had to get like, what was it? I don't even know how much percent it was. It was 10% on a 250K. So I had to get 25,000 and I got like 21,000. And this was like in my first 6 months of trading. I had got 21,000 of the 25,000 I needed to get funded with my Forex funds in like the first 6 months of trading. And I crashed out so hard. I lost it all in one day. I blew the drawdown in one day. I was trading gold though, and I was trading order blocks. That's why I said that. It reminded me of that because I got it up to 21,000. I did it so fast too that honestly I should have lost it because that thing was I was up the 21,000 probably in one day, and then lost it like the next day. Johnny, I haven't honestly. I don't really have too much bad experience because I hadn't really traded prop firms a lot more recently. So it's yeah, I never had a situation where like I had a payout that got denied or anything. Honestly, if I'm being completely transparent, I've traded a cash account almost all of 2024. That was my only payout on this year 2024. Was that 7,300? Yeah, well, definitely over trading with luck. That's the most dangerous thing ever because then you start to believe you can get away with it. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely an emotional roller coaster, big time. Gold moves like crazy. We would be like right now where we're up maybe like 8 7 8 pips or whatever we're up. On gold we'd be up like probably 50 or 60 pips right now. It's insane. I'm not even kidding. It probably has moved that much recently. We're really going for a really conservative move today, guys. A tantrum baby. Yeah, no kidding, Johnny. No kidding. Extend this out a little bit as we get these pullbacks. Oh yeah, none of my TPs hit either yet. No, none of my TPs hit either. We haven't gone 10 pips yet. No, not a single TP's hit yet. I don't think anyone's TP hit. I wouldn't be worried about this. I wouldn't be worried about it until stop loss gets hit. No, I'm just playing with you guys. I wouldn't be. That's what I always say. I'm not worried about it until stop loss gets hit. Um, but now we'll let it play out. I mean, this is 1-to-1. This is the most conservative it can get today. Yeah, mine was definitely close too. Oh, that's not the right. Like I said though, I think we're in the distribution phase. Like I really do. Now, if they can take out more people on the way up and get people to put their stops right there, by all means. But I really believe we're in the distribution phase. Now, if we come down to stop loss, we definitely aren't distributing yet, because this is technically where I believe the start of the distribution phase is happening. What do you mean? Yeah, Eric, what do you mean by the trading settings? Yeah, I don't have really any settings on. I'm not using any indicators. The only thing I have is the sessions indicator, which just highlights the London kill zone and the New York kill zone. And the London kill zone's just 3:30 to 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the New York kill zone's just 8:30 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh yeah, we got some orange folder in 7 minutes. I think we got some orange folder. Do we got it? We got it at 11 a.m. too. That's quite a ways off. We definitely bought premium today, that's for sure though. We pretty much got in towards the low of the day. That's something I've been trying to just talk about a lot more recently. Now, in some of the master classes, I'm gonna talk about some concepts. This is probably I'm gonna get the more important concepts out of the way first, but there's definitely some concepts that are important to pay attention to as we go and trade the main concepts that we trade, right? Because we can start to identify, um, premium discount, the daily range, previous days lows and highs, which we've taken, I think we need to return to there to regain equilibrium. Now if you look here too, guys, this is a 3-range drive technically, but it's not like a very clean one. Price is driven 3 times. Not a very clean one, honestly. But once you see 3 peaks like that, a clear trend has been established. And once a clear trend's been established, that means liquidity is just sitting. But we'll see if any of that makes sense with what the price does today. Zoom back in so everyone can see, get a clean picture, watch the trade together. We got 5 minutes until that orange folder. About 4 minutes now, 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. Yeah, I saw that too, Josh. One thing that's important though is the way price just reacted off of here. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this pattern, but this is a pattern too, where if price breaks lower here, it causes a break of structure, and then price does want to change direction now, that break of structure is a good area for price to react off of, this is kind of what we're seeing right now. Now price did react off of there. We'll see if it holds and price goes higher now. But if we are indeed going to distribute, that is a perfect place for price to have pulled back to, for better orders for the long positions for the institutions and whatnot. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Trade with Pat, but that's actually what he trades like pretty regularly, is that pattern I just showed you, which is what we're seeing right here. Price broke lower, came back in, retested in here, and then he usually takes it. He would probably enter and take it to like right here. I haven't watched that in forever though. I saw that a long time ago. He said he made a lot of money trading that way, but so I kind of kept that pattern in the back of my head. I don't trade it specifically, but yeah. You got to think about it. This volume push down here it really just happened off of maybe like a Fibonacci level, but we haven't even come up to supply. We haven't even, there's not like a fair value gap sitting up here. We broke through and inverted every single fair value gap in this downtrend. So what is this reacting off of? My personal opinion, and I might be wrong, but my personal opinion is this push down is a false move down to get people to put their stops right here. Because I don't know what this is pushing off of. Right, it might, on another time frame, there might be something lining up, so we'll see, but it's 9:45 right now. It came out a little bullish for the dollar, so that's not good for us. It's just orange folder though. The dollar being bullish has already been baked into all the price though, so if they're intending to distribute now, orange folder is not going to stop their distribution, but we'll see how this plays out. Had that orange folder come out the other way though, I think we would already seen price going up a significant amount. This is a perfect example of that supply and demand too, guys, where price sweeps liquidity and then taps into some demand, and how supply and demand can work a little bit better. Because you saw this liquidity sweep right here, we'll just make it red. Price grabbed that liquidity, tapped into that demand. It happened twice now actually, and I think the only reason it happened twice is because of that orange folder coming out strong for the dollar, which means it's driving euro down. But like I said, if the bigger players are intending on distributing, they don't really care about some orange folder. They're not gonna let that get in their way. Like, I really believe we're in the distribution phase, but anything's possible, guys. You know that. We're just trading the higher probability side of things, right? In a perfect world, no spreads and commissions, where this is a 50-50 chance of winning, we're trading the higher probability chance, right? That's all we're doing. But it's never 100%. You guys saw that the last 2 days of the year. I was talking with some people though about that, and I think there was a lot of manual intervention. Those last 2 days of the year, you guys saw price dumping off on the 30th, and then the 31st, it just kind of fell in line with that too. There's a lot of manual intervention, and so the algo wasn't as much of a factor, I don't think. Or at least it didn't feel like it was, because we were getting our patterns and just going straight to stop loss, not getting any push at all. So yeah, it was a strange 2 days. Grab my other water. Just drag that on a little bit. Dang. It's unfortunate, guys. I'm just paying attention to the accounts. I'll let you know if we get tapped out. We didn't reach for any buy-side liquidity after our pattern formed. Let's see if I got tapped out on any accounts. Yeah, I got taken out already on one trade on the 400K. The cash account's still in. The 400K is out. We are out on the 400K. Dang, we lost 9,000 on it. Cash account's out, and the 50K is the only thing holding on for dear life, so I got tapped out. That's unfortunate, guys. Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate. We were very conservative today, just going 1-to-1. This was part of the game, though. We can't get tied up with one trade, right? The goal is to win more than we lose for the month of January. That is the goal. Yeah, it's a 400K on E8. No, yeah, I'm definitely not getting back in. I'll be back in the market tomorrow. But yeah, guys, that is gonna be it. That's gonna be it for the day. It's unfortunate. We were so close yet so far. Here, let me just drag it up because that's exactly what the trade we took and happened right there. But all right, we'll be back tomorrow, guys. Dang, that is unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but there's nothing you can do about it. You have to think about it this way, guys. We're planning on doing this every day for the rest of the year, for the rest of the month. So like one day does not matter, but we have to, just keep our head up and come back. That's unfortunate though. Yeah, we pushed, 87% of the way and it just turned around. Days like that are going to happen, but if you can just keep your eyes focused on the bigger picture, it's going to be all right. So, let's close this one out in prayer. If you guys have any prayer requests too going into the new year, drop it in the chat. If you don't have anything in particular, of course, just put pray for me. We're gonna close it out, and we'll be back tomorrow, guys. It'll be the last day of the trading week. It'll be Friday. I keep forgetting that today is Thursday. It doesn't feel like a Thursday. It feels like a Monday. So we're gonna close out in prayer. If you guys have any requests, just put it in the chat now. I'll give you guys a second. What would that be? Yeah, that makes sense. All right, guys, we're going to close out. Father, we just thank you for this new year. We thank you for everything that you brought us through in 2024, and we thank you that you brought us together as a community. We just praise you. We worship you. We just thank you for the work that you're doing in our hearts outside of the markets, outside of this community. We ask you to continue to draw us closer to you. We ask you to continue to draw us into your word. That way we can hear your voice. That way we can see you the way you're worthy to be seen and know you the way you're worthy to be known. Father, we thank you for the ups. We thank you for the downs as well. We thank you for keeping us on the right track and staying disciplined. Help us to practice discipline outside of the markets as well, so that way it bleeds into our trading and we could stay disciplined and focus on the bigger picture. Father, we thank you for the path that you brought us on, and we thank you for keeping us on that path. We love you, we need you, and I just pray a blessing over everyone watching this stream, that they just feel your presence, the blessing of your presence in their life. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen, amen, amen. All right, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for sitting through this with me. It was a painful first trade of the year. Not fun to see stuff like this happen, but it does happen, and we're going to be back. We're going to be good. But yeah, guys, I will see you on tomorrow's stream. Hopefully we can end off the week with a win, but we'll see what happens. Love you guys. See you guys. See you, Johnny. See you, Big Tofu. God bless you too, Michael. God bless you too. Love you guys. Bye.